Right then, for those of you who haven't guessed, I am actually a former British Army soldier. I did 8 years in the mob, so I am more than qualified to completely rip apart and criticise the following British Army recruitment video from 2018. And this video is yet another example of what the British Army, a once respected institution here in the UK, revered even, has sacrificed all in the name of political correctness, multiculturalism, diversity, DEI, basically, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Defending a nation isn't about using the right pronouns and so called hate speech. It's all about civilized people doing uncivilized stuff to protect their own people. Or, as General Patton said back in the day, it's not about dying for your country, it's making the other bastard die for his. Or words to that effect, and he was absolutely right. So anyway, here's the video, and then I will righteously rip it apart afterwards, and then you can tell me what you think in the comments down below. Enjoy.
بجعلني مقيم صلاته ومن ذريته ربنا تقبل الله ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Alright then, what did you think of that? I know what I thought of it, and I'm about to tell you. I'm quite surprised, really. No other ex-squaddy on YouTube has done this, and I've searched high and low. But there we go, I guess it's up to me, and here it is. So, obviously we have a bunch of squaddies. They're on, well, we can't tell if they're on patrol or it's on exercise because you can't see a blank firing adapter on their rifles. And those are the little yellow things you put at the end of your muzzle. That not only denotes that you're firing blanks, but also it stops the bits shooting out, which can still be harmful. But regardless, here we are, and we're not sure if there are a platoon or a section. Because a platoon has a larger number than a section. There's something like 4 sections in a platoon, 4 platoons in a company, 4 companies or 5, 6 companies in a battalion, etc., etc. But thanks to the massive cuts in the British Army, this could well be a platoon, so you never know. And they've all stood there in the middle of the open, as you can see. The only way to not be seen here is to go prone or lie on your bellies. There's no vegetation, no trees, no walls, nothing. But no, they've decided to just congregate all together nicely for the enemy, because something is about to happen. And what is that? Well, their Muslim comrade has decided he needs to pray. Now, I know exactly what choice words this guy would have had from my old platoon sergeants back in the day, and it wouldn't have been pretty. Entertaining, but not very pretty. And so they've allowed it. Well, it's a politically correct British Army now, isn't it? So this Muslim lad, he takes his boots off in the middle of a patrol, by God. Now, if there's any enemy incoming, then, he'll have to run off without his boots, won't he? He can't sit there and tie his laces while artillery or enemy fire, small arms fire, comes darting around him. And the next thing he does is he's drinking from a river. Now, I know Muslims have to wash themselves before they pray. This guy is drinking from a river, not just washing in it. And again, this puts his comrades into a massive disadvantage, because if there's a dead animal upstream and that dead animal's guts, blood, bits float down river into this guy's mouth, into his stomach, then he's going to go down, isn't he? And that'll make him a burden and a liability to the rest of his platoon or section who'll have to look after him. And I don't know if they do anymore, but the army in my day, they taught us that a squad is only as strong as their weakest member. And this guy is completely useless. He's got no boots, no helmet, no rifle, but he does have his body armour on, fair play, in case a round goes through him. And that's just to keep his insides from shooting out with the round. And that's what body armour does. It doesn't deflect a bullet or a round, it just keeps your insides in. So yeah, how weak does this squad look now? And now what's he done? He's taken his helmet off and he's wearing a white cap. Now there's a reason squaddies wear camouflage, and that's not to be seen. But this guy now sticks out like a sore thumb. And on the battlefield you will be seen due to 7 things: shape, shine, shadow, sound, silhouette, spacings, and movement. And this group here, they're displaying all of that. So they might as well just light up a campfire and have a sing-along. A well-trained enemy sniper, I mean, this scenario is ideal. First of all, they're sat on a rock. That rock could be used as a reference for artillery fire, so the sniper knows that the artillery team miles behind him have this particular rock and its coordinates ready to fire off, so 1 round and they're gone. And the lad with the cap on praying, he'd be the first to go because he's the most easily spotted and he's the one that stands out. So maybe hit him in the leg and get another of his comrades to come and help him and then pick him off one by one. Like I said, it's a sniper's dream, this scenario. If artillery by any chance misses, then anywhere he looks, which would be towards his colleagues, by the way, then it just pinpoints where they are, doesn't he? And then there's this. The radio goes off and the guy in charge, it's either a full screw or a sergeant, he tells the radio op to keep it down, keep it quiet, or not now. I mean, that could be really important. You do not ignore radio messages. It's that simple. But no, this guy's prayer comes first. I mean, my God, you can't make this shit up. And so this guy finishes his prayer, and how long does that take? 5-10 minutes, maybe? And it's put the whole section or platoon, whoever's with him, in complete danger. Now, if I was the sergeant and or the leader, the corporal, full screw, whatever, of this these group of soldiers, and we came under enemy fire, and they all got killed apart from me, how the hell do I tell the parents that their son died because we had to allow this guy to pray so that he feels part of us? I mean, I couldn't do it. I'd simply tell them, I'm sorry, but your son died thanks to the British Army's diversity, equity and inclusion policy. A patrol like this only stops when it has to. And you certainly don't stop to put yourselves in danger like this. It's just stupid. It's the most untactical thing I've ever seen in my life. And this comes from someone who's seen every Steven Seagal movie. And I can assure you, and I promise you, and any other squaddy who served with me and before me, they would tell you the same. This wouldn't have happened back then, but sadly, this sort of thing happens now. It's just the whole scenario is a massive tactical disadvantage. I mean, I can't tell you. So there we go, that's my critique. I dare anyone to come up and defend this, if you can. Oh my God. And if you do, then you've clearly never served. And if you do and you are serving, then you have clearly been indoctrinated and radicalised to believe this sort of thing is acceptable in that current situation. And this is yet another reason why the British Army is now a woke shit show. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for listening. And until the next time, Roger Trout.